A blog post by Vox Day at voxday.blogspot.com, Sunday, January 17th, 2021. Numbers Theory. One thing that is puzzling about the incredible number of soldiers now deployed in Washington, D.C., is what possible need there could be for so many of them. There are now enough troops there to successfully invade and occupy the eastern half of Canada, which has a regular army of only 23,000. While the MAGA forces are the nominal threat being talked up by the media, we know their narrative is false. As for the idea of mass arrests, National Guardsmen are not police, and a mere company of Marines would more than suffice to round up the entire Congress. Besides, all of the corrupt congressmen could have simply been kept in the safe and secure custody that they were already in on January 6th. Were they the objective? And a well-trained police dog would be overkill for the decrepit Joe Biden, who might not survive the stress of being barked at. So, what is the point of all the troops? Anonymous Conservative has an idea, as he points to the vast number of U.S. residents working for the surveillance state, many of whom could be ordered to Washington, D.C. as cannon fodder for a staged color revolution event of the sort that have been seen everywhere from Algeria to Ukraine. If Anonymous Conservative's concept is on target, then Seattle and Minneapolis were probably small-scale test runs for the main event this week. From Anonymous Conservative, quote, "I've said the network is vast. They could easily have the manpower to overrun the White House if they moved everyone from around the country to D.C., though I assume there is surveillance up at the city border to detect such movement. Under TIP's pilot program numbers, New York City alone would have 340,000 assets. Not all would be physically capable or violence fluent, but you could probably get 30 to 40,000 cannon fodder just from there, with maybe a few thousand genuine shooters if that was the plan. I do not know if all their citizen assets are fully read in or know what they are part of, or even if they would follow an order to storm the White House in the face of 25,000 armed National Guard and Secret Service willing to drop them as fast as they can pull the trigger. But if even a small portion of 6% of the entire country was willing to make the run, Trump's forces would need a lot of ammo. The fences would make good sense to slow them down and give them shots. My guess is with the manpower they will have the soldiers covering every inch of fence. That is not being put in place because of a few thousand rowdy Trump fans. That is a deterrent to a storming by a massive cabal force. End quote. I'm not saying this is necessarily the case. Back to Vox. We certainly aren't seeing everything that is happening right now. I'm merely pointing out that this is one credible explanation for a seemingly inexplicable observation. If you've got a better one, by all means, throw it out there. Update. An observation from SG. Quote, Vox's latest post has my spidey senses tingling from something I saw yesterday on the highway. 9 a.m. road trip, 70 miles eastbound on the highway. I'm usually the fastest driver or close to it. I get passed maybe once or twice in an hour by people doing about 3 miles per hour more. Yesterday, I got passed by about 15 cars, all doing, unexaggerated, 100 miles per hour. License plates were from all over, end quote. Back to Vox. I heard multiple reports from eyewitnesses in Minneapolis concerning vehicles holding 6 or more out-of-towners that were speeding into and out of the city via Washington Avenue during the Floyd riots. Many of them were SUVs and did not have license plates. To support this channel, there are links in the description. Check out my live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.